What's going on? What's going on, man? This is Jordan Pugh, the head coach and founder of PPT Elite Football. 5-year NFL veteran, 2-time player of the year at Texas A&M University. And I'm here to give you value, help answer some questions that you may have, but most importantly, steer you in the right direction and be an advocate for you in your recruiting journey. So check it out, man. In today's video, man, we're talking about something key, something that I get a lot of questions on, and I want to be able to answer those questions for you, all right? And we're talking about the strategy of football recruiting, but most importantly, we're talking about how you need to establish your presence, okay? I have 4 points for you that you guys can implement, that you guys can use, you can understand, and you can formulate a game plan in order to help you in the recruiting process. All right, so let's get straight to it. Point number one. Point number one is you need to understand the football calendar from a high school player and parent perspective. Now, if you ask most people what is most important part of the year to a high school football player, and they would say the high school football season, which is very true. But also at the same time, you need to understand the actual calendar for a high school football athlete. You got to understand, remember, the first thing that we want to do is establish the presence, your presence, all right? Create attention for yourself. So how do we get that done? We understand that January through June is the most important time of the calendar because that's the off-season time for coaches. That's when they're out recruiting, they're putting boards together, and you need to establish a connection and a relationship with those coaches. So that poses a question. How do we go about doing that? Well, you can take, unofficial visits. You can be associated with programs that can get you in front of the coaches. You can go to football camps in June and July to be able to have on-field evaluations. It's all about getting yourself in front of the coaches for them to see you, for them to put a plan of action with you. But most importantly, man, get yourself out there so now you have their attention. All right. Point number two. You got to understand the marketing game within the game, or the social media strategy in today's world. In today's world, it's all about attention, but most importantly, you got to make yourself findable. All right. Now, how do we do that? You do that through marketing efforts. You do that through putting yourself out there on the Twitters, the Instagrams of the world, heck, YouTubes, whatever that is. You make yourself easily findable for these schools. So in turn, man, they can have a recruiting plan behind you if they like what they see, right? Now, part of that being findable is also understanding what you're portraying out in the marketplace. Remember, this is a business, but most importantly, it's a player acquisition business. And when I'm looking at potential players, I'm looking at their social media feeds. I'm seeing what they like, what they interact with, what they post. It shows me who they are, but most importantly, it shows me what they love. All right. So when you're displaying yourself on the social media side, make sure you're displaying something that will feed into a coach wanting to pursue you, but most importantly, him getting the visual of him putting you in the locker room with his current team. All right. Point number three. You have to be able to have something outside of your school that will help maximize your exposure. If you guys can go and watch my video with Marcus Griffin, the director of player personnel at Cal, or Reggie Calhoun in Colorado, they both say the same thing, where they say that your school isn't enough. In today's world, with the transfer portal, with the player acquisition routes and strategies of colleges, your high school is slowly fading away when it comes to importance. Meaning you have to have something outside of your high school in order to bridge that gap, like what we do at PPT, right? That could be a 7-on-7 organization. That could be somebody that is connected. That could be a whole bunch of different deals that can get you the maximum exposure that you need and get you in front of the people that make decisions to help you be seen. That is vital in understanding that. The world has changed so much, and the access that college coaches have to people who can get to the recruits that they want is inevitable. It's not inevitable, but it's so many that the high school coach is becoming less and less important in their eyes. And the moment that you realize that, you can take advantage of it and you can help prop yourself up as a high-level guy in the coach's eye. The last thing I'll say is this, is that you have to get connected to a coaching network. All right, that's more important than anything. Any program that you're in, anybody that you associate with, anybody that helps you along your football journey needs to have access to a coaching network, meaning they need to have relationships in the business that can put your tape, put your profile in front of the people who make decisions. That's where we step in at PPT. One of the things that we do is we're able to get our guys in front of college coaches who make decision makers, which ultimately has led to 40 plus guys getting scholarship offers, right, that have come through our program. The reason why is because we have built those relationships and become a trusted source with college coaches that have just built relationships beyond what we could ever imagine, but ultimately help prop our kids up to give them the best opportunity to play at the next level. So look, we've covered 4 points. We've covered how the most important part of the high school season and calendar is January through June. We've talked about the social media strategy and what you need to do. We've talked about how you need to have or be a part of or associated with a program outside of the school. And we've also talked about getting connected to a coaching network. So look, if this interests you at all, or if this is you, or if this is what you're looking for, we would love to connect with you with an intro call. Go to our description, click the link below, and schedule a call with us so we can help figure out how we can help be the bridge that you need between exposure and scholarships at PPT. All right. So look, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and you get ready to learn more on the next video we have. See y'all soon. PPT Elite, the Elite Way.